and welcome to another night of Chess and Psychology. Hope you're having a great day. Today, unlike last week, I don't feel like I'm sitting under the sun, so my face actually shows. Last week there was like same hour, but like the sun was way too cool to be true. So this week we have a little bit more freedom sun-wise, but the weather is nice. The cat is happy. Actually, today is Pishi's 4th birthday, so he's becoming a big boy. Also, weight-wise, I gotta be careful on that, because, yeah, the last thing I need is my cat getting diabetes, because, yeah, he's still doing fine, but, yeah, so today we are looking more closely at our beloved Ivanchuk. I have different games that I've prepared, but we usually only get to do one really cool game if we want to dive a little deeper. So I'm probably just going to, keep my hopes for this one game for right now, and we'll see how it goes. It's a very beautiful game. It's been Ivanchuk and Radjabov, and I've also finally managed to fix the issue between Lichess and my chess base thanks to Ben Simon. He troubleshooted that for me, and yeah, so let's get going. Pishi will probably join us at some point too. Right now it's his birthday, so he gets to eat. Yeah, I don't know what to do. If anybody has any suggestions on a cat diet, I'm all ears. Alright, so let's go ahead and get going. Hello, Brian. Ah, hi, Siamek. There is my Pishi. He's eating. He is actually eating right now. Okay, maybe that's a good start for diet to, Hi, Pish Pish. Alright, let's get going. For those of you who might have seen this game, you probably know how cool how cool it progresses. But for some of you who might be, my lucky day and you haven't seen this just yet, then I can surprise you with this game's beauty. So yeah, I really like this because some of the games that I've been showing in the last few weeks, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 weeks, is very directly related to just innovations. Not necessarily just because of the opening, but the way that these players continue the game and the how behind they think is very novel to a great extent. So that's one of the reasons I really like these games and I promote these games. So far we have a normal opening, nothing really much happening here. However, like this can also turn into so many different lines from here. Like, I'm assuming a lot of you are very familiar with openings because this is not really a beginner level class, but just for sake of argument, I'm gonna, just arrow it a little bit. You could easily try to turn it into somewhat of a dragon style or Marxist style, depending on what white would do. You could, as black, easily try to go for d6 and potentially keep your hands still closed between if you want to do like a dragon, maybe you want to do like Rouser, you could keep your hands closed, or you could just go for e5 and make it into a Sveshnikov. So these are normal, and just because of the lack of knight f6, I can't just play bishop g5 right away. So you can simply play c4 to, this is, I think it's like, the name for it is Kalashnikov, but it's a little bit, like you could easily also play knight c3 and wait for knight f6, so then you can play this bishop g5. That's another great variant too. I've done both of it. So what do you think Ivanchuk did? Do you think Ivanchuk played c4 or knight c3? Which one do you think he did? Santi, regarding title, well, yeah, that's a whole different thing. Like, achieving IM is harder than WGM, but WGM is woman grandmaster, so it's more of a, I don't know how to say it. It's like a prestige title compared to IM. So when it was my time, I was just like, you know what, I wanted both, so I applied for both, and I have both. So yeah. Yeah, so both of them are definitely doable. I've done c4 numerous times personally in my games, and knight c3 is another, hello kitty, is another fully respectable line as well. In this game, Ivanchuk simply went for knight c3. Hi, pish pish. And for knight c3, the idea is, as I mentioned, if knight f6, I want to do bishop g5 and transpose it to a normal Sveshnikov line. But black didn't really go for that. It's Radjabov, and that, if I'm not, I believe this was a game that was played in Olympiad. I'm just gonna double check that. Yeah, it was Olympiad. So, you know, they don't want to necessarily they want to fight. It's a team event. They are, I'm assuming, the highest of their board back in 2004 event. So they want to fight. They don't want to, just, they want to be sneaky. Right, Peachy? Are you sneaky right now? And so after knight c3, a6 was played. Oh, kitty, where are you going? I got a cat in the computer. I guess His Majesty wants to sit somewhere. Okay, Your Majesty, you go put your fluff ball somewhere. No? We kind of have only one square to go with the knight, so I'm not gonna be able to ask any critical questions on that. But now he wants to play b4, so what should we do? Probably gotta move one of these knights, right? What do you think we should do? This is a very critical Kalashnikov starting position, so black wants to play b4, wants to start eating my knights. It's, easy peasy, lol. What shall we do? As soon as you, I think knight d5 is definitely the way to go, I agree, because now I'm gonna ask you, what if knight f6 was played? No knight d5s. What can I do now? Knight f6, next move you want to play b5. Can I still go for bishop g5? I think so, yes. Bishop g5 could simply be a transposition, because now knight d5 and maybe bishop here, and you take this and they take that, or with the bishop most likely, and then you got c3 or c4, and I like that, yeah. I think bishop g5 is what I would have done, honestly. But if knight f6, there is this very interesting knight c4 line. Yeah. If b5, boom, knight e3. I'm already beginning to relocate to knight d5. If you try to push, boom, you take over here. Well, even perfect for me. I'll just try to open up my rook from this side. Your bishop is kind of limited in squares. You try to, get it out. I'll still be protecting my d4 square. Next thing you know, I'm gonna get my knights more active. And this was actually a game that was played between Anand and Ponomarev a year before this game. So like in 2003. That was a very beautiful game too. Yeah, just gonna get your pieces out and just like go at black. Well, it's actually very pretty. Yeah, right, Pishi? Alright, I'm gonna go back to the main line, and the cat really has no peace. He really wants to sit his fluff ball somewhere. Okay, well, I can't stop him. So yeah, that was another, I think that's one of the things that, if you didn't play a6 right away, if you did this knight f6, then I would have to do bishop g5, and then it would transpose. But delaying knight f6 and starting with b5, you've already pushed me aside. So now if you played knight f6, I do really like this knight c4. I don't have to transpose. I can use your mistake, play this knight c4. Want to bring it to e3 faster? I like it. I would definitely try it in my game. I actually never experienced this. Nobody has ever played, well, no real game. Not just bullets, not like no tournament game has been like this for me. So I look forward to that. Now, if b5, as in the game, happened, Ivanchuk went knight d5, knight e7. Now, what do you think we should do here? This is a very interesting position. It's very strange looking, this knight e7. I thought the other knight could come to e7. And then, yeah, we could start considering c4 and stuff like that. We'll look into that in shortly as well. What do you think about this knight e7, though? While you guys think about that, I'm gonna increase the light over here. And also mention my kind of like most hilarious story that I have from Ivanchuk. This, I was not there personally, but I watched the videos and I was just, I believe I saw Ivanchuk in person briefly in Qatar 2015 Qatar Masters. It was a really great tournament for me. I was like, literally, I think either the last player rated or like one before last. So you can imagine how it was a challenge for me to win any games. I won actually 3 games. That was a very pleasant experience for me. But besides the limited number of wins, I remember like the year after that, when there was like the Rapid and Blitz and Ivanchuk won medal. He was playing checkers or something, and it's like on videotape. And when he went, like they were calling his name to go on the stage and get his prize and the pictures and everything, he was still thinking about it, and like he was up there with Magnus, and he was like he wasn't really paying attention to ceremony. He was just like calculating, and he was like doing hand gestures. It was really funny. That's kind of my fondest memory. If it's definitely worth tracking that down if you haven't seen it. And I have a weird cat grooming situation. Alright, so I see some of you are suggesting, ooh, knight b5, spicy. Some of you are suggesting c4. I think those two are... Nobody has suggested the move that was played in the game, so I might give you another minute. I'll tell you what. Let's first take a look at this. Maybe it will inspire you. This knight movement limits my knight's choices. Now my knight can't really move backwards anymore, and I'm kind of committed to this idea with c4. So now c4, knight takes d5, take back, knight d4, and now I get to eat over there. You see, if take back, I'm attacking it with 2 pieces, you're only defending with 1. I get like an extra pawn, but black still has a lot of great activity. So this is completely doable. On another note, if knight f6 was played, we could simply play the c4, or if I want to be kind of boring, or safe, I could simply play this bishop g5 and make you face the music of Sveshnikov instead of like those weird lines. So let's say we did this bishop g5, and but now bishop moves, I take it over here, you take it over there, c3 or c4, and we're back to the main line. And so instead of bishop g5, c4. Now what do you think should happen here? Black's probably not gonna, take over here, because if I take it over here, then just say it takes b5, attacking this side, attacking that pawn, gives white a lot of advantage. Oh, thank you, the last one IQ. Now, if not take over here, then let's say maybe you want to play b4 to push my knight away. I'll take there over there. I'll save the knight. I'm defending over here and attacking potentially. I like this. I think this would have been an interesting game as well. This was actually a game that happened a few years after this game between Topalov and Radjabov. Oh, great. We got some Sveshnikov players here. And yeah, it's very equalized. Not I don't no maybe not equalized, not the right word. It's very both players have great ideas. So I don't want to say equalized, maybe equal chance. Yeah, that's what I want to say. Both players have it's not an equalized position, but both players have great chances, equal chances of fighting. So I like that. Now like white's trying to short castle, black is trying to be cute with bishop b7. Lol. And finally we got this cool stuff happening, and hey, I'm not complaining. This is a very cool game. This was a game again between Topalov and Radjabov. Feel free to check that out. It's not the purpose of today's because there is no Ivanchuk in this game. But right now, I mean, I feel like this is one of those type of games. If you make like one mistake and you are like bye bye. So it's very very challenging. Would I prefer to be white or black here? You know, I love my queen. I'm gonna go with white. I like living on the edge. Yeah. Yeah, no, I like that. Alright, so let's go back to our game with that weird knight e7 move. Now, because this knight moved away, I have this potential for knight b4. Do we care about knight b4? Should we retreat? Remember, if the other knight jumped to e7, we wanted to play c4 because we can't really play this knight b4 now. What about the weird knight jumping to e7? Oh. In Sveshnikov, you do bishop b5. Well, this kind of didn't really allow you to do that necessarily because it wasn't like an exact Sveshnikov. It kind of transposed from like a Kalashnikov, and it's not exactly, you know, Sveshnikov is with that knight on on f6, and we don't really have that here, so it can get quite tricky. What do we think now? Any votes for knight going to b4? I wish I could do a poll right now, honestly. It is 5 a.m. there? Where are you at? Maybe Iran. Well, yeah, kind of 10.5 hours. Would make sense. Getting the bishop out. I kind of like that idea, but we don't. So, the strategy behind this game, a lot of. Whoops, my books are falling from up there. Whoops, just a second. Oh. The strategy, a lot of strategy in this game is very related to that d5 square. So it's a lot of it is about d5 square. Do I have control over it? If I don't have enough control, then I should increase my control. So you don't. It's like a constant fight on that d5 and d4 square. These two are very crucial squares on this game. So it's very important for us to, you know, look for that. So we don't want to lose that. I wish we can, you know, we could just magically bring this knight closer. So, but we can't do that right away. If we were to play anything besides knight b4 is the good idea. If we were to play something like c4, unfortunately, take, we lose that. And even if we try to, you know, be cute and take it to the queen, that doesn't really work because there's a bishop e6, there's a knight f6, whoops. And like the control over d5 square, black gains a lot of control over d5 square, and you know we lose complete control. We don't want that. We don't want to lose control. So when knight e7, I don't want to give you the chance to take it because I'm not ready to take it back with a knight, at least not legally. Lol. So because I can't make that legal, because I can't play illegal chess, it feels weird to say that, but because we can't do that, then we gotta, you know, retreat. Yeah. If you can retreat, whoops. If you can retreat your knight, I can retreat my knight too. And yes, so black's knight is kind of just like hanging on e7, trying to look out for the d5 square. So is my knight. I really this knight on b4 is very good. It has such a great control over the d5 square, and it's kind of just ready for the other knight. Like if my other knight, if I could just do like a c3 and get this knight rolling, that would be great. Why not to e3? That's a great question. The problem is that it closes this bishop, so now if knight f6 and then d5, I can't really do anything with my bishop over here. But when I play knight b4, let's say if you were to play like knight f6, then it's not like necessarily I want to play a bishop out here, but my bishop is open, so I have some chances. Also, with the knight being on b4, I can have like a, you know, little eye on your pawns. Now if you play like, whoops, again, knight f6, I could go for c4. You try and take over here, I'll take there, because my game as white is very much focused on the queen side and center rather than the king side. Your game for black is very much in like king side slash center, so I don't want to do that. Now even if you like try to not take, maybe what else can you do? Maybe no, it kind of got like, I don't know, d5 just feels weird. I can simply take it, and it's like, no, this is way too fun for, nope, that ain't gonna happen. Nobody is not gonna play something like this unless it's home prepared. You can't. Nope, nope. Don't play d5. Aw, thank you, Keshav. Yeah, it's his birthday. He's being a big baby. Knight e4 also possible, but we take, and if again a5, you know, again I get to poke around with my knight. So that's why I really do like this. Getting the chance to, that knight on b4 is great because it gives me the chance to move it around and like get it to a6 or whatever, and it's good. This knight on b4 would be much more useful than on e3. Now let's see. With knight on b4, yeah, exactly. This knight here looks kind of funny at this point. So let's say bishop goes to d7. Maybe I want to start pushing and my pawn is defended. I don't necessarily like bishop d7. It feels too empty. What opening led to this? Oh, that's a good question. So this happened from Kalashnikov. Like it started being able to almost transpose to Sveshnikov, but black didn't really want that, and white got a chance to activate the knight faster. So it's definitely Sicilian, and it's not it's not Sveshnikov yet, but it's definitely Kalashnikov. There was a lot of chances that it could transpose, but it didn't, so good for us. So, c4. Now what? Aw, your cat's birthday was April 1st. Yeah, this baby is April 7th. And my birthday is next Thursday. So, we got a lot of Aprils here, don't we? Oh, he's being so cute. Alright. Now, what do you think black can do? Now, let me also ask you, what do you think about taking over here? Do you think this works? Because if it does, it's a free pawn. We shouldn't say no to free pawns. Free pawns are delicious. Exactly, yep. Thank you for bringing that, Josh. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of trying to get to you, the viewers, to give me an answer. What do you think would happen if queen d6? What do you think black should do? What is my cat's breed? I believe he's a tabby, right, Pishi? I'm pretty sure he's a tabby. I was actually telling that to my mom last night because she had similar question. No, knight c6. The problem is that the knight can take it back, and now I'm attacking your queen. So if you take it over here, I'll take it over there. You take it back. It's still 3 pieces to 3 pieces. You didn't really win anything. If anything, you also gave up a pawn. So not knight c6, but you're correct on moving this knight. So where do you think this knight should do? No, no, knight f5. You also lose on this guy. Careful. If you go knight f5, just queen takes e5. It's the check. Careful, careful, guys. Nope, knight g6 is the best. Yeah, you guys found it. Yep. And it's attacking the queen and also the knight. So the queen got to come back to defend this knight. Now black has upper hand by the tempo-wise, knight f6, now attacking another one, and you get into a very defensive position, and now another attack. Black's momentum and piece activity and all those are much better than white, at least at the moment. So let us go back. Alright, so now we don't want to take on d6. We said no to that because of knight g6, and black gets momentum. So we don't want to take that. We were talking about potentially liking c4. Do we still like c4? Because c4 is one of those very crucial moves that we want to do. Right, Pish Pish? Yep, so how do we want to do it? C3 here. The problem with c3 is that it's too slow. Knight just goes to f6, you play bishop d3 defending it, then d5. Black manages to break free quite fast, and we don't really want that. Just nope. No, we have to face this d5. So we have to do this c4. Hello, Bram. Yes, we have to do this c4. Now, if you try to be cute and play a5, I get to move my knight back. However, let's say you didn't play a5. Let's say black tries to go maybe knight f6. What do you think we should do now? Attacking my pawn? Should I defend this pawn or should I go for this pawn? So you kind of have two choices. It's not a Najdorf, but it is a Sicilian. You got that right. It's a Kalashnikov, which sounds like a weapon. I'm pretty sure that's a weapon, isn't it? Let me actually check that out. Kalashnikov. I'm pretty sure. Yep, that's a rifle. So I thought. After watching all these murder mysteries, I better know my weapons, right? No, if he defend it, the problem is that black takes it, he gains momentum, and then he goes knight g6, running over here. It's not a good choice for us. We gotta take it. Yeah, we get a lot of pass pawns. Now, if you take over here, I'll take that with my knight. I'll put this b4 knight to use too. You know, this knight worked so hard. Went boom, boom, bam, boom, brr, psh. Oh my god, this gives me a headache. This also looks like a weird star. Yeah, so we don't want to exactly. I mean, I don't. I honestly, I'd prefer to pick my knight and just like attack opponent. So yeah, why not? Yeah, yeah. If you try to buy a Kalashnikov, you better be licensed. Yeah. So if knight takes e4, knight takes a6, and this kind of gets a little too funny for us because I have like all these pawns over here, all these pieces over here, and black is gonna try to do something in potentially kingside slash center, but I get to push my position in the queen side. So, and white does have a pretty good advantage. So not knight f6, kind of has to fight back in the queen side. We get the knight back, and now knight f6. Now what do you think we should do? Yeah, a lot of pawns are just there. How are you doing, fish fish? No, remember, we want to do stuff in the king side. Oh, thank you, A, for your sweet words. Let's kick that guy, take back, and that's the way we do it. This is actually what happened in the game. Now, let me go just a few moves back and question this decision to make knight f6. What if b4? What do you guys think about b4? Kitty, you can't be sleeping on the laptop. I don't want my laptop to turn off midstream, Kitty. Ugh. You got a big booty. Move it. Okay, I think we're good. No, he's a good cat. He just likes my laptop too much, and I have to move him again. Ugh. Alright, kitty. Let's move this two sheep. There we go. Walk, walk, walk. Good boy. Oops. Okay. He almost fell. No injuries. Alright, good. I managed to gently put him down. Whoa, that sounded weird. Gently put him on the floor. There we go. Yeah, you gotta definitely move this knight. b5 is the best place to go. If take back, and this is again one of those pretty ways to have an extra cool pawn rolling around. Take, and this is a very gorgeous position. I don't know if I would necessarily play b6 in my game, but I really do like this idea of being able to do bishop b5, kicking the knight moves away, and I am very hopeful for this position. This has a clear advantage. So, let's go back, back, back. So instead of b4, let's do this idea that we had with knight f6, take. And what do you think about knight takes e4? Yeah, PG went to drink some water. He has his. I had to make a little like water fountain for His Majesty in the bathroom, so he goes there and he drinks water. I think I'm basically his. I don't feel like a cat mom. I feel like a cat server. Anyways, um, no, careful. Knight d6. No, 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 no. Queen d6. Exactly. Use your tactical brains, everybody. Take, boom. Take, boom. Now this is a gorgeous pawn. You try to be creative, and I'll just put my king in safety. And I have this very beautiful extra pawn, especially passed pawn. Alright. So yes, that's why knight takes e4 wouldn't work, because we seriously are threatening checkmate right now. So you gotta take it, take back, and now, how do you think we should continue? We should get these bishops out, definitely. This knight could be more activated. It's just a matter of how. How do you think we can achieve that? We gotta get some stuff out. Hi, Shatranj. I kind of like bishop d3, honestly, and then you would play like d5 and I would castle. I think that's a beautiful way to go about it. We could try with g3 and then get the bishop out to g2. I like both of them. But unfortunately, I mean not unfortunately, another great idea is to just get bishop e3. I want to support this pawn. I want to avoid queen b6. This is another good too. After bishop e3, white should be kind of expecting this d5, right? So now what do we do after d5? It's getting a little too cute, so we have to be careful. I can read Arabic only because it's a similar alphabet to Farsi, but I can't really understand what I'm saying in Arabic. Maybe very few words. If it's like, I don't know, I can't really speak it or understand it. I will be analyzing viewer games today after this one. Yeah, let's go for b6. There we go. Let's push this pawn. Also, I want to give you bishop b5. So here, it looks like white is doing so well, right? But you have to be quite careful. It's not that you're doing too well or not, it's that opponent always has a way. There we go. Radjabov has a way. Am I trying to play over the board games? I'm waiting to get vaccinated first, and then I'll see how it's going. Cause you know, I like my life. I like being vaccinated and all. So yeah. F5. Now, if you try to attack the king has a little leeway to run. So something like maybe b7 at this point might not be as practical. You just bring the rook. If I try bishop a6, now you just have queen d7, or even like knight d6. So it can get a little tricky. But let me ask you, b7, we have like few choices. One of them is b7 because you know I like to push pawns. The other one can simply be bishop b5. What do you think about bishop b5 check? It's a check. It's definitely worth thinking. I'm not saying which one is better or which one we should definitely think about or not, but I am saying that at least we should make candidate moves between b7, bishop b5, or trying to include the queen. So these three are some of the things that we should definitely be doing. I agree, king f7, but like which one? Which one do you think we should do? Bishop b7 or bishop b5? Now you try to like kick the knight and then try to get more active position in the center. But that's perfect, but compare this position. Keep this position in mind. Let's try to go a little bit farther. Now look at this position, and now let's go look at b7 line. Keep that position in mind, and then look at b7. Rook b8, I gotta defend it. Now let's say you try queen d7 to avoid any type of cute checks. Now what do you think we should do as white? Queen d7 is not the only move, I'm just kind of trying to make a point about it. What do you think we should do? Yeah, we can definitely get the queen more involved. We can start considering this. Take, and I just castle. d4, I will give that up too, and now I can consider something with getting my rooks a little more involved. It's definitely doable. And let's look at something besides queen d7. Let's say d4. Now I have to give my knight up, give you a check, and this is still very, very gorgeous, honestly. It's very promising for white. Now let's look at another line, if not d4, let's say maybe knight d6. Now what? Because white is the one forming an attack, but if we can't find the right way to form this attack, then black can easily run away with it. Maybe not run away, but get away with it, yeah. Oh, it's kind of rainy out there. It's getting really dark and rainy. What do you think we should do as white? Bishop g5 is interesting, but why not just queen e2 as we just saw? I want to go for b5 square, or give you bishop a7. Now this one, oh my god, this is, I didn't find this move personally. This is not the move that I found, but this is a great analysis. So right now, what do you think white can do? White definitely has an advantage, but how can we put it in good use? Alright, well, this is a cute little storm that we got going here. Hopefully I won't have any technical issues. So what do you think? No, it's not queen, it's not a move with the queen. See, my bishop is under attack, your knight is under attack, so if somehow I could, strategically get rid of my bishop and I could still eat your knights, that would be kind of cool. Oh yeah, I knew it was gonna rain, but I didn't expect it to be like rain. Alright, so bishop d4. We still got a few more lines to check out in this game, so I'm gonna try and work through it a little potentially faster than I would usually like. So yeah, bishop d4. If you take it, I'll take it over here. I want to give you bishop c6 check. If let's say you're trying to be cute, I can give you check. You move, then I move my bishop away. I can still definitely take it over here. And no, I definitely like this. It's a good position. Ooh, that's the mosquito that's been. Wish I had a spray or something. Ah, man, I just found a mosquito that's been biting me. Alright, back to the real life where I am more capable of, not getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. Now, after f5, no b7, no bishop b5, let's go for queen e2. Normal stuff. I want to bring my queen. I want to include my queen. Queen e2 is definitely interesting. Honestly, from these lines that we saw, I liked. I didn't really like the b7 as much, but I did really like this idea with bishop b5 check. I thought this was an interesting position. I was quite comfortable in this position. I thought I had a strong attack. However, nothing wrong with queen e2. And then I want to bring it to b5. It's like someone's showering out there. And now after king f7, what do you think we should do with our king? We still got a long way to go. Shall we long castle, or should I try to still push for short castle? I don't know how much you guys can hear from this lovely shower that we got going on. Yeah, let's go. Let's be fearless or something. Castle is great. Yeah, this castle. I was quite skeptical on this. I've seen this game before, so I knew that there would be a long castle somewhere. But I don't really remember when I was looking at it. I didn't really remember every single move, but I knew the basic ideas of what was happening. So yeah, long castle is okay. I know, right? So weird. Long castle is great because now black is in a pickle. You still gotta get your pieces out. In the game, Radjabov played queen d7, which is not a very how can I say it nicely? It's not a very genius move, but I like Radjabov. I don't want to say bad stuff. It's not necessarily the best idea. Let's go with that. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a lightning. Okay, I don't like lightnings. Queen d7, definitely worth considering, but it's kind of it's not exactly a good maneuver. Ooh, I can never say it right. It's not exactly a good maneuver. There we go. The best way for queen d7 for black to continue is not necessarily with queen d7, but something with g6, trying to get this bishop out. Now if you try to be all attacky with white, f4, you get the bishop, you still, like, it's such a great fight, but black still has a great chance with this fight. You know, it looks scary, but believe me, it's not as scary as what happened in the game. Black is actually holding on this because black also... Ooh, can I... Ah! Almost hit it. It was the mosquito. Sorry. Black's doing fine. That's not really a big problem with the position. Both kings are weak, both centers are open, all the pieces are active, so it's kind of hard to make that evaluation. And black definitely has a great fight. So g6 would be the best way to go. Black made a mistake, played queen d7. Now, can you tell me what's white's best move? We got few more moves to go through, less than 10 moves before this game is over, but white now is actually, we can see that white actually does have a pretty cool advantage, even from now looking at it. So what do you think? Okay, okay, I like the g4 idea. How about how about something like f3? I kind of like that too. Just kick the knight. I like those g4, f3. All of those look pretty cool. How about simply king b1? I just wanna save my king, and I wanna, keep it in a safe position, and I don't want to have to worry about my king all the time. Potential knight c3 checks, potential like attacking over here. I don't want to have to deal with that, so I'm gonna move my king just a little bit. Again, black made a mistake and played queen e6. The better move would be to go for g6 and try and activate this bishop. Then we could try with like g4. Again, would be similar to the previous position, but queen e6 does not make that much sense. You're not really attacking anything. Maybe you want to push pawn and attack the bishop, but that's not really the best way to go about it either. I'll just get f3. And now, what do you think white should do? This is another kind of like critical, almost critical position. It's not as scary. Always play king b1. I mean, it's not a bad idea. It is prophylactic, exactly, thank you. Okay. Hello. I'm glad you're joining our stream. Yeah, we're kind of deep in this game between Ivanchuk and Radjabov, so we're kind of hoping to spice it up a little bit. Okay. I like you. So like I see a lot of f4s, g4s making the queen dance. The f4 is actually the best, which Ivanchuk found too. Yeah, f4. I like it. Now, what about knight going to c4? If you try to play something like e4, I can just bring the knight, attack you, you move away, and I'll just, like shift the whole position one file to the other side, and I think this is pretty interesting. But like if you try to play something like knight c4, still try to keep it active. Now what? What do you think we can do here? Should we take it? Should we try to move the bishop? b7, interesting, but no, b7 just kind of helps you, because if you play b7, rook b8, it kind of helps the opponent. I like this pawn here. It kind of keeps the opponent's position under wraps, I guess. That's the right way of saying it. No, honestly, taking is just good. We don't really need to try and defend the bishop. As long as you try something like rook b8, my bishop is still kind of under attack, but we're not really worried about that, because we want to open your king, g4. We want to open this king, right? Now if you try to play f4, Radjabov is kind of trying to somewhat keep the king side closed, but that doesn't really work either. I'll just play queen f3 and I'm still gonna take it over here. You try with g5, now I can, eliminate this knight. Now my bishop is safe. I kind of like this idea with rook d6. Maybe too early because e5 could maybe fall. You can't really even take this because I'll have bishop d4. Like, it's so awesome. I'll just open your king for a little bit. Yeah, so now in the game, Radjabov knows that, like, the white is much better. Now black is still trying to fight. So the idea was he played queen c6 to try and exchange the queens. Should we exchange the queens? We have a pretty good endgame too if we try to exchange the queens. Just should we? I agree, we shouldn't. We definitely can if we want to, and it's still like +3, but we shouldn't. Give this check. There we go. Now if you try to, you can't really take it with the king, because hello, whoops. If you try to take it with the queen, I can still take over here. And now this pawn is definitely falling next move, and then the knight can get activated. It's so cute, we don't even really need that knight just yet, so e6, he tried to go for king g6. Now what? White is like super winning. All I have to do is find the right sequence of moves. Honestly, here h5 works too. But what else? What else? How can I try to keep the pressure? It's a pretty good game, I agree. Attacking the queen. Well, careful, because my queen is under attack right now. We don't necessarily want to exchange that. Oh, thank you for your support from Iran. Hopefully it's not... I've heard such... My dad is a doctor working in Iran, so I've heard the horror stories of how COVID is getting really, really out of control in Iran, and there is no real vaccine there too. So my parents are there, so keep them in your wishes and prayers, because it's like past red stage, it's more like brown at this point. So the situation in Iran, COVID-wise at least, yeah, it's not a good situation. Honestly, Queen h3 could also work, but it's your queen belongs in the f file. Let's keep it there because you can't really take it. I'll give you checkmate in literally 3 moves. You come here, I'll take that. Such a cute double check. Yeah, you can't really do that. You can't really take. So queen f2, if you try to take that pawn, now I can simply save my bishop, attack your rook as well, and continue with opening your king. In the game, black played rook d8, and I think Radjabov was realizing that he's in real hot waters, but he's still trying his best, so, yeah. Now what do you think white can do? This is such a chill move, honestly. What do you think white can do? We need to bring a little bit more pieces, but this is like super winning. Honestly, even if you take it over here, it should be good enough. Yeah, rook e1, attack the queen. Queen moves and you just go bishop c5. You want to eat this knight. When in doubt, eat pieces. It's a good idea. Seriously, like whenever you are unsure about what's happening to your position, you can't find the best way to make it work, you go and eat some pieces. There we go. Another check. You gotta move this king, and I'll take it over here of a check. Yeah, it's just like you can't. I mean, it's like so winning. Yeah. All right. Well, that's all I had for you regarding Ivanchuk today. We went a little over time, but I'm gonna take maybe about a little over 5 minutes break, and we're gonna do the switch to Twitch. So we're gonna switch to Twitch and analyze your games. So please have some really cool games ready for me, winning, losing, position, whatever you want, and we're gonna analyze your games. We are going to kind of start, prioritize subscribers because they're subscribers and we have benefits. But yeah, our Twitch accounts, the club's Twitch account, St. Louis Chess Club, on Twitch. We will be doing these games on Lichess, so please come over on about 5 minutes or so. I just need to make some small adjustments, and we are gonna analyze your games on Twitch, on Lichess. So send me Lichess links on Twitch, and if you're not a follower or subscribers, please do so. We appreciate your following and your subscriptions, and I'll see you in a little bit.